investments of a Ugandan businessman, Dr.Kihura Nkuba, in South Africa. Let's hear more in this report.
It's early morning at Villa Africa Boutique Hotel in Pretoria, South Africa. As I sip my coffee, the sight of the Uganda flag gently waving at the hotel's entrance catches my eye. I am drawn in by the symbol of hope, unity, and Pan-African pride. Curious to know more, I decided to explore the deeper connection between the hotel and this flag, an exploration that leads me to an exciting business venture with roots in Africa's own potential. At the backset of my mind, I'm interested in finding out the owner of Villa Africa Boutique Hotel. Little could I know, after inquiries, that the facility is owned by Ugandan businessman Dr. Kihura Nkuba, a passionate Pan-Africanist with a dream of fostering greater unity among African nations. As I delve deeper into the story, I learned that Dr. Nkuba is not only dedicated to hospitality, but has also ventured into the pharmaceutical industry alongside his South African business partner, Jaco Badenhorst. Jaco Badenhorst, who has known Dr. Nkuba for over a decade, warmly agrees to sit down for an interview.
This is a large hotel in Pretoria. Pretoria is the capital of South Africa. It's next to Johannesburg in the Gauteng province.
He recalls their initial meeting when Dr. Nkuba shared his dream of African collaboration. With this shared vision, the duo expanded their investment horizons, ultimately acquiring the 40-year-old Spec Farm pharmaceutical company. Today, the company is known as Medu Pharma.
This is a 10,000 square building in Randburg, next to Johannesburg. And it's got 11 production lines. It can produce a significant amount of medication. We managed to get most of the staff to join us in Medu Pharma. And Dr. Kihura also purchased some dossiers. A dossier is the recipe.
Despite having no pharmaceutical background, Jaco and Dr. Nkuba were undeterred in their pursuit of a venture that would positively impact Africa's self-reliance. Their goal is to reduce Africa's dependence on Western countries and harness the continent's natural resources to solve its health challenges.
That's where the journey started. That was only 4 months ago when the process started. And that's where our relationship started. So he started to expand his business first into South Africa with some hospitality, with agriculture, with mining, and then he expanded into Zimbabwe and Zambia. Now, he's very, very quick with his expansion, but it's been now 2.5 years later, and it shows a significant growth.
The Medu Pharma plant is already making strides in the industry, producing various essential medications. Jaco says their team has secured over 300 drug dossiers, including vital medicines like tenofovir, lamivudine, tirofiban, and cefuroxime, which will allow Medu Pharma to legally produce and own the rights to these drugs in Africa.
Some of them is anti-malaria, anti-cancer, ARVs. We've realized that this continent needs 35 million ARV tablets per day. Most of those tablets are imported. So it became very important to also own the intellectual property to produce these medication. And that's where our path went into purchasing some of these dossiers.
Inside the plant, it's a beehive of activities. Medipharma's team is working tirelessly to bring these critical medications to market.
We've got the good system in the dispensary where to avoid to weigh the wrong thing. And then from there it will go to manufacturing, either the wet section or dry section. Wet section, it liquids and creams and gels. And then we make those, after we've made those creams and gels, then we put them into mobile tanks. Then from there they go to packing. But after they've been tested to see that everything is in order.
Here's an example of the finished blister. And there we have the batch code. And on this side we have the expiry date.
Yet, despite these impressive strides, Jaco admits that further support is needed, both from African governments and investors.
So even if you are able to produce the medication, you still depend on mostly India and China to produce the API. So I've seen Dr. Kihura doing a lot of research on setting up such a plant in Uganda. I hope that I can inspire the people from Uganda to also be excited about this, because what's happening here is no longer South Africa. What's happening here is now Uganda. And we hope that eventually we can transfer some of these production houses and plants to Uganda so it can be manufactured locally.
The venture, though successful, faces challenges, particularly when it comes to competition and navigating global regulations. Despite multiple attempts to contact Dr. Nkuba for further insight into these strategic aspects of their business, reaching him proved difficult. However, his absence doesn't dim the spirit of the enterprise. I also reached out to Uganda's ambassador to South Africa, His Excellency Ambassador Paul Amoru, hoping for insights on Uganda's role in this growing African business success. Unfortunately, he was unavailable for comment. Despite these hurdles, the optimism surrounding Medipharma is palpable. The team is pushing forward with bold ambition, determined to offer solutions that transcend borders and making a lasting impact on Africa's health landscape. Sub-Saharan Africa has roughly 375 drug manufacturers to serve about 1.3 billion people. China and India, by contrast, have about 5,000 and 10,500 pharmaceutical manufacturers respectively. As Medipharma continues to expand, it remains clear that this venture is not just a business success story. It's a testament to the power of African visionaries coming together to shape their own destiny, proving that Africa's potential is not only real, but ready to take the world by storm.